You know what? Many of you are starting to get it. And what you're starting to get is that everything you do takes place in the context of something. And since we talk about work and career frequently, everything you do inescapably takes place in the context of the economy. Now, the second thing is that oftentimes you think that prophets only lived in biblical times. Not true. Today, we have a prophet with us, John Boyle. And I'm going to use an analogy. Imagine somebody on the Titanic that lets you know that you just hit an iceberg. Imagine if the Titanic was still in port and you had someone saying that it is a foregone conclusion that you are going to hit an iceberg if you take the path that you're going to take. We have such a person with us, John Boyle. And you can learn more about John Boyle by looking at the information just below John. And with that, I want to welcome you, John.
Thank you, Jim. Good to be here.
I want to just pop a few things to you, John. And at your website, people can learn more about your background, right?
Yes.
And it's right here. His website is right here. So I want you to go to the website and learn about John Boyle, because you're going to hear more and more about John Boyle thanks to us. Now, John, I want to read you something about Social Security. All right? Originally, the participation in Social Security would be completely voluntary, and it's not voluntary.
No.
The participants would only have to pay 1% of the first $1,400 of their annual income, and now it's 7.65 on the first $90,000. The money the participants would elect to put into the program would be deductible from their income taxes. It's no longer tax deductible. Now, this is the good one. The money the participants put into the independent trust fund would go into that fund rather than the general fund, and would be used for and only for the Social Security Retirement Fund. Under the Johnson administration, the money was removed to the general fund and spent. Oops. Annuity payments for retirees would never be taxed as income. Under the Clinton-Gore administration, up to 85% of your Social Security can be taxed. Now, I'm going to skip several of the points. The issue is that along comes, I'm not even going to mention the president, because I don't want to be too partisan about this. And so now immigrants to the United States who never paid into the fund can tap into the fund and get Social Security benefits. And right now it seems that after Titanic has hit the iceberg, you have a lot of angry people out there, John, and they're really angry, and they're saying, what's the deal here? The federal government stole the money. So remember, we talked about a Ponzi scheme, and actually this really can't be called a Ponzi scheme because it's outright theft. What do you have to say to the people out there, John?
I think a major part of the problem rests with the voters, who never looked under the sheets and never analyzed what was going on with Congress.
Hello? It's your fault. Your fault. That's right. It's your fault. And let me just close this segment with a simple statement that you may have seen before. Freedom is lost gradually by an uninterested, uninformed, and uninvolved people. You.